STLC!
Tell me something about your crew or your resident that was like extra good.
My resident, she's really good. She has 2 kids, and she was asking us like if her house was messy, and I told her no, your house just looks like it's been lived in. You've been giving it some extra love, and she really liked that comment.
Yeah,
so.
I bet.
Okay, so my resident this year is a sweet old lady. She has 2 grandkids and she's a daughter and a son. She has 2 kids. Her daughter lives at home with her still. And I just think it's great that we can help somebody out that can't move around as much. But she went to some doctor's appointments today that conflicted with us, like seeing her a lot and getting lunch with her and everything today like she wanted to do. But she said that her doctor's appointments went well and everything is fine, and that she was ready to help us when she got back, but then, you know, we were packing up and leaving, so maybe tomorrow.
She's honestly a blessing so far. So it was funny because she's the exact same first and middle name as my grandmother, so we got to talk a lot about that. She's also a big college football fan, and I am too, and she's just also, not only is she there to talk with us, she also wants to help us too, which is great so far.
That's fun.
Just great to talk to her, very genuine person, and also lends a helping hand as well.
She has 10 children, and they're all home while we've been there. She's been working until 2 o'clock, getting home at like 2:20-ish. Been there for 7 years, and how she's been trying to fight to get home insurance, but they won't give it to her until her house is fixed, and she's thankful that we are there to fix up her house for her because it's going to help her get home insurance soon.
He said, yeah, you can fill it up here in the sink. Well, it's a 5-gallon bucket. And I started to say, well, it'd be easier in the bathtub. And then he grabbed a pitcher and he's like, I can just do it from the sink here and fill this up. And little voice inside was like, sometimes you have to throw people a bone. People want to help, just like we want to help. And so I was like, yeah.
She's set aside some space for us in her garage for us to eat lunch and keep our tools and supplies and all of our, lumber and resources and things like that we need to complete the project. The work itself is going incredibly fast. Our crew is fantastic. They're all very kind of open and driven and hardworking. The kind of teamwork manifested extremely quickly.
This year we're doing the wrought iron railing on our resident's staircase on her porch, and we got that finished today. And then we painted all of her windows black, the trim around the windows, and then we were scraping, priming, and painting the soffits and fascia on her house, which are like super high. We're using 30-foot ladders. It's kind of crazy. I've never done anything like that.
Is this gonna be like in the video?
I don't know. Elliott's editing.
Oh, well, it's bad. So basically, this is a good story. An 18-year-old set the church on fire, right? He like had like mental health issues, and he set the church on fire, and everything burned except a brass cross that was original from the church, and he went to jail. But while he was in jail, members of the congregation were like talking to him, and like they were like trying to get him in like a Crossroads Connection program, and they got him in one, and he came back to the church the day he got out of jail, and he apologized to the entire congregation for what had happened, and now he does missionary work. And so she was telling us like that's just how God works. Like he can find you like your roughest time, your best time, all of that. So I thought that was really cool.
That's a great story.
Yeah, me going on my little tangent.
We've been building a patio and a wheelchair ramp for our resident Melissa and Steve. Pretty cool guy.
Yeah, Steve.
Steve's in a wheelchair, pretty much trapped in his house because there's no way for him to
Get
out of
out.
his house. So they had like some kind of emergency metal ramp that they had, or he would like crawl on the concrete down the stairs, and
Wow,
it's
that's
definitely not the best way to do things.
not human-like.
Oh yeah, no, it's very unfortunate, but
Yeah.
we're almost done. All we have left to do is like screw in 3 more deck boards because we ran out of screws, and then set the railings, and then we're done.
I love our resident. She has 2 little kids. We're painting. That's like our entire job is just painting like 7 rooms.
Ooh.
Yeah. So in 2 days we finished 1 room. Yesterday we started painting another one, but today we got a second crew, and we got a bunch done today.
We're working on her house, and we're like painting the outside, and then we're building her a little deck because she can't get into her backyard. We're also just like painting her doors and stuff. Her husband died of COVID, and so she hasn't really got to be able to do like a lot of stuff, and so we're kind of just there to like help her.
We've been going out and trying to fish a little bit. These 2 rascals brought their fishing rods, and I got the itch as well, so I decided to stop by Walmart and grab a decent cheap setup, and it's been pretty good so far.
Our resident's name is Mary, and her house is basically like caving in from the center, and so she has like a giant hole on her porch floor, and so we were fixing that. And then we painted the porch floor, and we painted the exterior wall of that porch and her windows. And we also fixed her back deck too.
When we were doing devotions today, we were in the house, telling us how no one in her neighborhood or around where she lives was helping her paint. She found our group mission trips and submitted, and she got approved right away, and she just was so thankful for that. And then for our second huge God signing, was from one of her 7 grandchildren, and she gave us a card and a whole ton of stickers. And her letter said, "I would just like to say thank you for all that you have done for us, and as a token of my appreciation, here are some cute stickers that I have picked out for you all. I hope you enjoy them as much as I enjoyed picking them out. You could do anything with the stickers. I personally like to decorate things, like my water bottles and devices then so feel free to really express yourself. From Michi. And then on the front of the letter said, I hope you have a safe trip home.
Well, we've done a lot of like building. We tore out a deck originally. We're building that back up.
We also took out original like posts, which was hard
They're
because
like ginormous pipes, and it's so weird.
And they were like covered in cement, so it was really hard to get them out. But today we have everything in, everything screwed, all of the deck boards and ramp boards on.
We got to go down
And
it
we
with
had
one of our with the wheelchair or something.
Yeah, there was an extra wheelchair in the garage, and then we also made a planter's box to cover up some extra like dirt where the deck used to be.
We're gonna buy her flowers tomorrow.
Yeah, and then we're also getting another paver, so because the ramp goes down on the grass and the sidewalk's right here, and we didn't want to put it back on the sidewalk because
It's too close.
The garage door is right here.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be like a lip, how it was before, so.
I really like it because I get to meet like a lot of other people and get to socialize with people that like I don't really know, and I get to connect with people from our church that I don't really know. And I've had a lot of fun so far, just like hanging out with people all the time, or like getting ice cream, or painting, or like listening to music while we paint.
And you're painting in a kitchen, and it looks really
Yes,
good
it
because I
does.
saw some snap
Yes, it-
photos today that look great.
So our God sighting today that happened was we invited the resident's neighbor over for devotions because we've been wanting her to join us for a couple of days, but she hasn't been able to because she put something in the oven, and then so today she came, and she was just in Houston a couple of days ago, and she was like really nervous on the plane ride, and she's very faithful and happened to be sitting by a priest who basically helped pray with her, comfort her, because Houston was getting hit with a hurricane.
Yes, they were.
And it hit her son's house, and he doesn't have any power, and basically she's been praying all week about it, and her son finally got power back on today.
That's great.
Yeah.
Our resident told us a story today. She said, I don't know what we were talking about, but she told us how her brother lives in Florida, and there was a hurricane a couple years ago, wasn't it?
I think it was last year.
Not last year. And there was really bad flooding to his house, and somewhere in the house he had a bunch of their mom's stuff, including a Bible that was really special to him that our resident sent him when she found it, that their mother gave him. So when it flooded, everything of his was ruined except that Bible and some of his mother's stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, we have this girl in our crew named Addie, and she's the best, but she's terrified. She's not scared of heights, she's terrified of ladders. Like, she wouldn't even go on the step stool. Like, she was scared to go on the step stool. And we've been slowly, like, creeping her, like, getting her
Just encouraging her.
And encouraging.
Not
and, like,
pushing her.
she's like, I feel like such a wimp. I'm like, I do not want you to do anything you're not comfortable with. Like, I don't need you to fall. And today, I think it was just today.
Yeah,
today,
she's like-
she went up to, like, almost, like, the peak of her house,
She's
which is,
like,
like, 30-something feet.
I'll do it.
And she went up, and now she's, like, on every single ladder, which is actually insane. So now we're painting buddies.
It's been going good, but we keep having ups and downs. I feel like every step we take, there's always some type of backfire almost.
Some
in a
kind
way.
of challenge to meet again.
Yes. So we're doing really good about working together and trying to solve those problems as much as possible. My father is a construction worker, so I did have to make a quick call to him just for advice for our team because we were really struggling and kind of unsure on what to do for this part because it was kind of like a make it or break it type of thing. And he gave us really good advice on how to fix it, and he helped us go through that, and it looks really good now.
No shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up,